on. Okay, I'm going to turn the hoop on in compose mode. Red indicators telling me I'm in compose mode, and the short red bar telling me I'm in the first screen. I got this default hoop, which is a gradient rainbow hoop, and it's the default hoop for the compose mode. And I'm going to go into the segment section, and we're going to select, to make it obvious what I'm doing with the next moves, I'm just wanting to get a series of short segments, maybe like that would do, but let's see if we can get something even better. Yeah, those would be perfect. Okay, so we've got a series of fairly short segments, and you can see that the rainbow goes around the hoop like that in one gradient. Well, let's go back to the original screen, the first screen with the two little red indicators, and let's go to the side with the switch. So the switch is over here. We're going to do a side flip. We get a light pink indication that the side flip has been accepted, and now we're going to use the wheel, Merlin's wheel, to change the way that this rainbow is displayed. So we go, I think we have here a reflected gradient, so you've got two rainbows basically in the hoop. The gradient is reflected across the hoop. Here you have rainbows in each section, and if we continue, you'll have just one color, and because red was the first color of this color scheme, it's chosen red. So you'll get that throughout, and if you carry on, you'll get the original default gradient of one rainbow all the way around, and then we'll get the reflected, and then we'll get the individual rainbows in each of the sections. So that's a way of changing how the colors schemes are displayed in the sections that you've chosen. In compose mode, the side flip works in many of the different screens, and there'll be a little chart in your tutorial document that'll cover those. And in these videos, we'll go over a couple of the functions, but just to illustrate another screen in which the side flip has some effects, we'll do from this basic default rainbow hoop in the first screen of compose mode. We'll go back a couple, so back through the white, pink to the purple, and then in the purple screen we do a side flip. The switch is now here. I do a side flip, I look for a light pink confirmation, and then I start doing Merlin's wheel, and I notice that we're creating some kind of effects here, you know, a strobing effect, a very fast sequencing effect. The hoop is fading in a sequence around, the colors are changing like that. So that's just an example of effects that can be created by side flips in each of the screens, and you'll get more familiar with that as you play. That's another thing you can do in a screen, is go to a side flip and do a side flip, and then the Merlin's wheel and so forth, and you can see what goes on. Anytime you get confused and you've got too many things going on, it's like with paint, you put like 16 colors in, you get brown. Just do a half off in the compose mode orientation. You'll be back in the rainbow hoop, and you can start over. Or anytime you get something fantastic, you want to play with it, you can either lock it with the thing at 3 o'clock, with the switch at 3 o'clock orientation for a second, or you can save the hoop with the save hoop move, left hand, isoflip, half back, and then pick one of these slots to save the hoop to. And then when it's saved, you can lock it, or just play with it in that save folder, and it'll always be there for you until you overwrite that saved hoop, or you can upload it to your computer. Don't get too sucked into the tech of it, you know, into trying to make certain things. Stay with your dance and use that as a kind of afterthought. Or like with a musical instrument, it's going to take a little bit of practice, or a lot of practice, to get to the point where you can actually play a tune. You know, you can actually use these hoops to express things repetitively, you know, different moods, different ideas, different connections to the audience, whatever you want. But that'll take a little bit of practice, and that's more of an advanced skill, which just means that you have to have practiced with all these things, make them second nature, make them yours, bring them into your own hoop dance.